Hello, and welcome. My name is MiniBetrayal, and this is Factorio 1 per minute, episode 9. Last episode we finished off with a few bits and bobs. Today we've got a lot to do. We are working on base building stuff. So what I've classified as base building stuff, we have belts, all 3 levels, underground belts, all 3 levels, splitters, all 3 levels, furnaces, that is stone, steel and electric, accumulators, solar panels, boilers and steam engines, fuel cells, nuclear reactors, heat exchangers, steam turbines, and power poles. So small, medium, big, and substations. So we've got a lot to do. Let's just keep going with science in the meantime. Keep upping that mining productivity. First up, I want to fill in this lake because it's kind of in the way. Okay, next on the to-do list, if you look at the map here, we are getting quite close to these outposts here. So I mentioned last episode we might turn the bus and head southwards. So that is what we are going to do. So what I will do I want to cross anything over here? Oh, one thing I'll mention, by the way, I looked at my spreadsheets and I did a little bit of calculating. We have 5 items on the bus which currently take up more than 1 belt. Red circuits, green circuits, and then iron, steel and copper plates. Turns out that the iron and the copper plates only need to be 1 belt. So from here, we'll only be carrying 1 of each of those belts. The iron will last us, the steel will last us all the way through to low-density structures for the rockets. The red circuits will last us as far as nuclear reactors, and the green circuits will last us as far as solar panels, both of which we are planning to construct today. So from there, only the steel line will be carrying 2 lines. Everything else will only be 1 from here on out. So anyway, let's turn the bus. Alright, so there we go, 90-degree bend in the bus. So now we just need to plug that in. Alrighty then. So, what we'll do from here, the bus will continue going south. We will have our working area to the right. So, the first one, we want, what do we got first? The belts, that's right. So we have transport belts, fast transport belts, express transport belts. So, the transport belts require iron gears and iron plates. There's iron plates and iron gears over here. Move them down a bit. Okay. So, they want output priority to that... No, I was right the first time. To that side. Okay, so this will naturally make it at 4 per second, not even including the 1.25 speed. We only need... we need less than half of 1 per second, so 1 machine will be adequate. I'm not even going to give it a fast output. And that will just feed straight back in and onto the bus. There. Do need to get some power over here. And that wants balancing as well. Okay, then the fast transport belts, they need transport belts and gear wheels. And there we go. Right, the next one down, express transport belts. They need gear wheels, transport belts, and lubricant as well. And our belts are being made. Okay, so these only need to come out 1 per minute, so even though it's not running full time, thanks to a lack of gear wheels, we could put another one of them in, but it's doing fine as it is. Okay, next we have our underground belts. The underground belt itself takes iron plates and transport belts, easy enough to do. Okay, and they are being made. Next we have our fast underground belts. Fast underground belts, they require iron gear wheels and underground belts. Now, we do also need to move into another section of 8 at this point, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With this one matching up to... So the first 4 are the concrete, the next 3 are the belts, and the next 1 is the underground belts. So we need to move all of this back. There we go. Then we have our express underground belts, which take gears, fast underground belts, and lubricant. And there we go, fast underground belts being made. Sorry, express underground belts being made. Now we want our splitters. And there we have our fast splitters being made. Excellent. Okay, so I'll tidy up the bus a little bit and then we'll move on to the furnaces. Et voila! Okay, now we move on to the furnaces. So stone furnaces, steel furnaces, electric furnaces. Stone furnaces are nice and easy because they require, if I can find it on the bus, stone. There it is. Steel furnaces. Electric furnaces. And there goes the electric furnace. Okay, so let's add these to the bus. That one wants to come out that far, and this one only wants to come out 1 more. So is that another 8 products? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, it is. Okay, now we move into the sort of power production kind of stuff. So we have accumulators and solar panels next up. There's the batteries, and here are the accumulators. Now these take 10 seconds each, so a single inserter will have more than enough time. We need to make... Oh, actually might have to be a bit careful about this one. Let me just make sure that 1 is enough, because we need 1.685 per second of these. And... yeah, we are not making 1 per second by the looks of that. Let me do some numbers. Okay, so I've done my numbers. Turns out we definitely need more than 1. In fact, for accumulators, we need two machines, and they also both need to be speeded up as far as possible. So I will throw in my beacons. What's in... oh, there's a rock there. Let's try that again. And on this side too. Let's just power everything for the moment. So speedy, 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 speedy. Okay, accumulators. And what I'm going to do is... let's move this one a bit closer, actually. Means... oh. I thought I might be able to save on a beacon by moving it closer, but it doesn't really matter. So if I have inputs like this for the plates and the batteries, and then we'll have an output like this for the output. Okay, so these need to have a speed of 8.75 or higher in order to be able to get away with having just two. So I really should move everything around to tidy up, but I don't want to. Okay, that will output, and I need to balance. Okay. That looks a lot more like the 1.6 per second I need. Okay, and where's that going? That's going here. Okay, solar panels as well, because they are needed for the satellite as well, and solar panels are also used for the portable solar panel, which is an in-game item that is definitely needed. Okay, let's put that there. So we actually need 3 of these, because we can't even get away with just the 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm going to do a very similar kind of setup. Okay, so we're going to have electronic circuits and copper plates. I'm worrying a little bit about throughput on this one. Let me double check some calculations. Okay, so this is what we have for the solar panels. The reason for the complicated nature of it, it requires 3 products, so we've got 1, 2, 3, but these, it requires so much in the way of the green circuits. It requires something like 69 per second to keep it running. Certainly more than 1.5 belts of the green circuits. So we need ones being fed in from either side. So let me plumb this in, and we'll see if we can get it working. So we need a green circuit up here. Okay, these ones want to be copper plate and copper plate and steel plate in either order. And then this one here is the output, which will come to there. I need to balance that somewhere as well. Can I balance it there? No, I'll have to balance it over here. Okay, let's finish plugging that in and make sure it works. Oh, I've just realised I've forgotten to put in the second line of the green circuits. So this one, it'll be like this. But then after here, only that one will continue. Okay, but we are making the solar panels now, which is good. Alright, so after the solar panels, we have boilers and steam engines. We're going to have to skip under the train line for this. Let me tidy up the bus first. Okay, bus is tidied up. With regards to boilers, I've decided that, it's easy enough just to squeeze that in, say, there. Ooh. If I'm going to bump these power things across just by 1. Just because I think it looks a little bit better that way. Okay, so not electric furnaces. We want, please, boilers. Oh, thank you, autosave. Now boilers just require pipes and stone furnaces, so that's easy. Pipes. And the other thing they need is, what was it? Furnaces, that was it. Stone furnaces, we've just made them, so they're nice and close by. And that should start making some... I put the wrong one in here. This is the... That was the blueprint for the one with 3 things it needs. But yes, there we go, there's some boilers. Okay, so now we will hop under the train line and we will move on with steam engines. Right, here we are, Virgin Lands on the south side of the train line here. Now, what was next? Steam engines, that was right. So steam engines require gears, plates and pipes. Okay, so that's set up and ready to go. You may notice, of course, that there are no gears here. That is because our line of gears... let's tidy this up so we can see... Yeah, so gears are here. Remember, we're producing less than a full belt of gears. And at the moment... Oh, they moved there, that's right. They are trying to back up 9 belts with each of the sort of logistic items on it. So particularly it's the I think it's the underground express belts that take the most. 80 gear wheels for them. Where are they? Here. Yeah, and the gears aren't even getting that far. We're getting some to the underground fast belts at the moment. So yeah, it's going to take a while to back up. So we'll just have to trust that this works. Okay, so after the steam engines, we have uranium fuel cells. And that will get it going. I will just double check. It should be alright because its crafting speed is only reduced by 0.5. And with the productivity it will make an extra 10 when that finishes, but I will double check it. Yes, one machine, even without speed beacons, can easily keep up with our 1 per minute demand. Okay, right, after that we have used up uranium fuel cells. Now this is a bit of an interesting one, because the only way you can produce a used up uranium fuel cell is in a nuclear reactor. So, what we'll do... oh, by the way, because I forgot to mention, I've put in another passenger train station here called Building, because it's by the building stuff. If we head back to the base, and I am going to request a nuclear reactor. Just, in fact, I think we need... I'll request 4 of them. I cannot remember off the top of my head exactly how many we need. Let's go back. So what I'll do, I will double check. I think one fuel cell lasts 2 seconds. Sorry, 200 seconds. Yes. From the Factorio wiki, a fuel cell can run a single nuclear reactor for 200 seconds. So that means in order to get one used up fuel cell per minute, we need 3 1/3. We do need 4 machines. So what we'll do, we'll put these onto the bus, and then our 4 nuclear reactors are just gonna sit here. Oh, come on. 3, 4 with inputs and outputs, and they're not gonna do anything. I need to move all of that down by 1 because we don't need it to generate power. All we need it for is the uranium, the spent fuel, because it's an in-game item. Alright, so oops, you want to come along this way, please. And that way. Yeah. So that'll just happily chug through, unnecessarily burning and wasting nuclear fuel. Because that's how we roll. Hey, it's not as if I'm that minded about pollution at the moment. Okay. Alright, you come down, you come down. Right, after the spent fuel cells, we have nuclear reactors themselves. Concrete, steel, copper, advanced circuits. With our powers combined, we are a nuclear reactor. There we go. Looks kind of pathetic compared to that one. Yeah, I don't know how size works in this game. But anyway, that is done, I guess. We've got a couple of other things to do. We've got the heat exchanger, the heat pipe, the steam turbine, and the power poles. And there come the heat pipes. Okay, after steam turbines we have small, medium, big electric poles and substations. Huh. I missed an item. According to my spreadsheet, about here we should be turning raw wood into wood. So I guess where's a good place to do it? Have we got space anywhere up here? Alright, we've got a little bit of space in here. It's ridiculously easy to do. All I need is one of them. We'll say make, where is it? Wood. It's nice and fast. Do I need, I'll put productivity modules in it, I guess, just to make sure that we have indeed got enough wood coming in. We'll give it an input and an output, a thing, and a what's it. Okay, now we need to feed wood into here. So we're gonna take advantage of this one, I think. Just where the coppers come out. We're going to run this down. And we're going to pretend it's been there all along. Okay, now where were we? Wood. And that should make us some small power poles. There's the mediums. And there's the bigs. Okay, and the substations, the last one for today, steel, copper, and advanced circuits. Ladies and gentlemen, we have substations being made. So that is it for today. I will do my usual tidy up the bus and give it a nameplate, and then we'll call it a day from there. So I was just going through labelling everything we've done. Looks a little bit messy there. But then I noticed that we've actually missed one. We haven't done heat exchangers, which takes copper, steel, and pipe. So I'm going to pinch off this line here for the copper and steel. They don't need to worry about throughput or anything like that. We'll just have a quick balance, and that will go along there. And we just need to feed in some pipes. So we'll go and grab some pipes from the bus. Okay, there we're making heat exchangers. Now we need to put them back somewhere on the bus. So one thing I've done a little bit further down here, I counted up and we actually had a multiple of 8 of different rows. So what I did was I brought the 3 now single lines of circuits over to this side to complete a line of 8. And the batteries I put, so where the wood filled in the second copper line, I put the batteries in to fill the second iron line. Unfortunately, now adding the heat exchangers back in, we're now left with a multiple of 8 plus 1. So it's not going to be quite as neat. Where are they? Over here. If I bring them that far, what I'll do, I'll just put them on the other side of the bus. They can go in this slot for now. and when we get down this far, you'll just have to hop across by one. Not quite as elegant, but there you go. Okay, so we are done. Let's have a quick look at the map. Oh, actually, speaking of maps, that reminds me, I also need to squeeze in heat exchangers in there. That looks horrible. Anyway, yes, have a look at the map. I think it's not quite as big in terms of area as our circuits, but it's certainly by far the most different things we've made in a day. We need another radar down here, I think. Yeah, so let's have a quick run through everything we've got so far. So let's go zoop. And we have green circuits, red circuits, blue circuits, substations, big power poles, medium power poles, small power poles, and steam turbines. We have heat pipes, we have nuclear reactors, we have used up uranium fuel cells, we have uranium fuel cells, we have steam engines, we have boilers, we have solar panels, we have accumulators, we have... oh, I need to zoop, there we go. We have electric furnaces, we have steel furnaces, we have stone furnaces, we have express splitters, we have fast splitters, we have splitters, we have... you can have two, so I'm not carrying an odd number. Express underground belts, we have fast underground belts, we have underground belts, we have express transport belts, we have fast transport belts, we have transport belts, we have hazard concrete, refined hazard concrete, and we have refined concrete. We have hazard concrete, and we have concrete. We have radars. Oh, I need to zip this one. There you go. We have radars, we have landfill, we have lamps, we have gates, we have stone walls, we have repair tools, repair packs, we have steel axes, we have iron axes. We have more iron axes. We have empty barrels. We have lubricant barrels. We have sulfuric acid barrels. We have water barrels. We have petroleum barrels. We have light oil barrels. We have heavy oil barrels. We have crude oil barrels. We have sulfur. We have solid fuel. We have steel. We have 2 lines of steel. The only thing that's left with 2 lines of steel. We have batteries, we have iron plates, we have copper plates, we have wood. We have copper ore, we have stone bricks, we have coal, iron sticks, stone, uranium ore, wood, or raw wood I should say, we need to make that distinction now, and fish. Iron ore, uranium-235, uranium-238. Gears. This is the gear line, they're just all being used at the moment. Pipes, pipe to ground, plastic bars, copper cable, and last but not least, heat exchangers. So how many is that? Oh, and of course the fluids: sulfuric acid, steam, water, crude oil, heavy oil, light oil, petroleum, and lubricant. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1. So that's 81 different items we have. And we're maybe halfway down my spreadsheet. Okay, so just one more thing left to do, of course. That is put in a nameplate for this area. So this area is for the kind of thing that you might use when building a base. Apart from assembly machines. The reason assembly machines are not in here, by the way, is because the assembly machine 3 requires the speed module, so I wanted to get the modules done first. Also, I'm sure there was a reason, but inserters are not in this section. Inserters come after assembly machines, which come after modules. Modules are what we are doing next episode. But yes, this is what is used for building a base. And just as we finish... Oh, we're very close to 200 rockets launched. And there we go. A building area. This is getting quite big. How are we doing over here? Something's just gone. Just gone. What are we low on? They have some trains missing. I'm trying to figure out what they are. Just. Oh no, they are iron trains. They're just on their way back from places. Yeah, there's an iron outpost over here that's doing its thing. Yeah, filling up nice and fast. Must have just caught it at a bad time. This one is full. This iron outpost has 3 million left in it. Wasn't there another iron outpost around somewhere? Outpost iron. That one has 2.1 million left in it. So the iron outposts are doing alright. I imagine the copper's doing the same. Hopefully those outposts will last. Anyway, yes, as I said, next time we will move into modules. We'll probably also have to landfill more lake. In the meantime, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.